LEIGHTDICKEY.com. Do you have an event or occasion coming up that could use a special touch? Perhaps a wedding, a production, a show? Good! Then you're in luck. Hayley Moores is who you're looking for. Hayley is a makeup artist in the Toronto, Ontario area, specializing in bridal, glam, natural, and special effects. She's incredibly talented, professional, easy to work with, and has a personality that is second to none. To book Hayley Moores today, follow her on Instagram at mad_milash, that's MAD_MILASH, or email her at madmilash, again, that's MADMILASH @gmail.com. Book Hayley Moores today, you'll be glad you did. LEIGHTDICKEY.com. LEIGHTDICKEY.com. Do you find yourself reminiscing on what life was like when you were younger? Do your favorite songs, movies, and TV shows instantly take you back to a simpler time? Great! Then you're in the right place. Join me, Leigh Dickey, on my new web series and podcast, Yo Nostalgia, where I cover everything you grew up with. From films and toys to fads and trends, Yo Nostalgia has it all. Subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever podcasts are available. Follow along on social media at Yo Nostalgia Show to keep up on this time-traveling trip. Yo Nostalgia, breathing new life into your memories, available everywhere now. LEIGHTDICKEY.com. LEIGHTDICKEY.com. Do you enjoy good conversation? Are you a person with many passions? Perfect. Then the Beats and Speaks podcast is for you. Join me, Leigh Dickey, every Friday for stories and interviews about everyday life with everyday people about everyday things. Everyone has a story, and I just want to help them tell it. The Beats and Speaks podcast, your everyday life, everyday stories, everyday people, comedy and entertainment audio joyride. Subscribe and download on LEIGHTDICKEY.com, Leigh Dickey TV on YouTube, and your favorite podcast app. The Beats and Speaks podcast, available everywhere now. LEIGHTDICKEY.com. LEIGHTDICKEY.com. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Leigh Dickey here. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast. This week, today, I want to tell you about a new neck gaiter face mask that I bought recently because I thought it would be funny, and I'm a big fan of the holidays and Christmas. And by the time you hear this, we'll be in the second week of October, but you know what? It's legal. We're close enough to Christmas. It's fine. This neck gaiter face mask thing, because we all have to wear them nowadays because of certain global situations, has gotten me so many compliments, and it's gotten me stopped about hundreds of times, literally hundreds of times, and I love it every single time. I love to see people react to this face mask neck gaiter thing, and I'm going to tell you all about it right here this week on the Beats and Speaks podcast. But before we get into the bulk of today's episode, I want to tell you where you can find brand new episodes of the Beats and Speaks podcast. Of course, brand new episodes are released every single Friday on my official website, LEIGHTDICKEY.com, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, wherever podcasts are available. Whatever your favorite podcast app is, you can find the Beats and Speaks podcast there. But just to save you the time, go to my official website, LEIGHTDICKEY.com. Alright, please do find us on YouTube as well under Leigh Dickey TV. Of course, new episodes are released every single Friday at midnight Eastern Time. If you'd like to get in touch with me or the show, tweet me, follow me on social media at Leigh T. Dickey. Of course, all that information will be listed in the description down below. All right, now that all that housekeeping is out of the way, let's get into the bulk of today's episode, into this week's episode, the story behind my new favorite neck gaiter face mask and the amount of times I've been stopped with it right here on the Beats and Speaks podcast. Alright, so yes, my new favorite neck gaiter face mask thing, because of certain global situations, we all have to wear them now, and it is, you will see it if you're watching this on YouTube, and you've probably seen it if you follow me along on social media, at Leigh T. Dickey, by the way, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all that good sorted stuff. But it is a Christmas-themed face mask because I'm a giant fan of Christmas, the holidays, and all that sort of deal. Halloween, I like that too, but I couldn't find any Halloween sort of face masks or neck gaiters, and I prefer neck gaiters because I have a full beard myself, and I prefer things that cover my full beard and like pretty much my entire face from like the eyes down. So this thing, you know, I found it on Amazon. It was like $10, and I wanted something that said Christmas. And this said Christmas. I wasn't going for anything that would match my skin tone specifically, but when it came, I guess it worked. It matched my skin tone almost like to a T. It's legit, it is the perfect match. And if you follow me on social media at LEIGHTDICKEY, or if you see the thumbnail to this episode, you'll see it. It matches my skin tone to an absolute, it's just perfect, okay? The only difference is I have black hair and the mask gator thing has dark brown hair. So, and the design is that it's got little Christmas ornament balls like tangled in, tied to the beard. And I just love it. So I didn't, honestly, I didn't even think that it was going to get as many compliments. I didn't think I was going to get stopped as many times as I have, but I've literally gotten stopped nothing short of say like 500 or 600 times in the last, like by the time this goes up, I've had the mask like 2 weeks, and I've probably I'm recording this on October 1st, 2020, and this is going to go up on October 9th, 2020. And, you know, as of today, I've probably been stopped like 500, 600 times easily by just people that react. They stop, they look, they ask for photo, video, and it's like the coolest thing. I'll get compliments on it, and it's great. You know what I mean? Like, just even in times like this, you gotta have a sense of humor, and I love the thing. Honestly, I wore it for the first time because all my other neck gaiters and face masks were in the wash. So I wore it for the first time because everything I had was in the wash, and I figured, okay, I have it. It's brand new. I might as well wear it out. Within, say, I don't know, 10 minutes of me leaving the house and turning the corner onto like the first major, say, street or avenue that's, from my house, I got stopped, and, some guy I come around the corner, where this restaurant is, not that far from the first major corner, and he was like, yeah, I gotta get video, I gotta get a photo of this, because it's like the coolest mask ever. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't expect that at all. Like, I thought it's a funny looking mask. I, thought, cool, some people might find it funny, some people might find it amusing, some people might find it, unique, or whatever you want to call it. I didn't think I was gonna get stopped as many times as I have. I've already been stopped like 500, 600 times, and it's already like the 1st of October, and I've only had the thing like, I don't know, a week, maybe a week and a half. It's like the coolest thing in the world when you get stopped and get compliments on your mask, on anything. People are just like, oh, it's a cool mask. It's very funny. It looks good. Even my neighbors, they'll stop me, and they're just, I was walking up the street, my street one day, and a couple of my neighbors were like, man, I don't know about you. I'm like, hey, it's legal. We're close enough to Christmas. It's fine, right? And I'm just here, like, honestly, whether you laugh or you take photo or you want video of it, cool. Good for you. I just want to make people laugh. I want to, give people a little levity when it comes to situations like this or anything in life. If I can make your day a bit easier, then I've done my job, right? So, I mean, getting stopped that first time was cool, and it just kept happening. Like, that first day that I wore it out of the house, I probably got stopped about 50 times. I got 50 people, like, either photo, video, reacting. They're coming up to me with their face masks on, by the way, and they're asking about it, and they think it's cool, and it's great. So after like 50 reactions, like that first day, and here I am, maybe like a week and a half later, to have 10 times that at least. It's awesome, like it's legit, like my new favorite face mask, I'm a giant fan of not just because I'm a giant fan of Christmas, but, just because, it's made people feel good. It's made them laugh. It's, made them react in such a positive way. And how can you knock that? It is like the greatest thing in the world when people react to something that you're doing and something that you're wearing, or whether I don't even have to say anything, you know, and they'll just look, they'll stare, they'll want to take a photo, they'll want to take video of it, and it's cool, you know. And like legit, I just picked this up on Amazon because I was looking for something that said Christmas. Because like I said, I'm a giant fan of the holidays. I'm a giant fan of Christmas. I love the holidays, and this was perfect. I didn't want to get anything that was like too Christmassy. I wasn't going for anything that matched my skin tone as well as this does, but it worked. It's great, and it's gotten the reaction that it's gotten is fantastic. Okay, when people stop, they look, they laugh, they stare, they tell me how much they love it, they tell me how funny it is, they tell me how goofy it looks. It's great, you know, because that makes them happy. And if I can do that for you, great. If you can forget about what's going on around you for the few minutes or the few seconds that you see me walk by, or that you walk by me and you ask for a photo and a video, then you know what? It's cool. I'm good. I've done something that nobody else can say they've done thus far. You know, just with a face mask that I'm wearing because of certain global situations and the fact that we all have to wear face coverings now just to keep everybody safe, right? Just to keep ourselves safe and, you know, healthy as best we can. And it's, you know, it's cool just to see the reactions that it's gotten. Like there was a news crew my not that far from my house by a supermarket that isn't that far from me. I walked by the reporter and the cameraman. They both stopped. I hope they weren't live, but they both stopped, looked, and just, you know, they gave me the thumbs up. They smiled, they gave me the thumbs up, and, you know, I went over, introduced myself. I said, hey, what's going on? And they both told me how much they loved it. It was just because, you know, people will just stop. I'll have my headphones in and I'll be listening to music or a podcast or whatever, and people will either give me a thumbs up from across the street, or they'll, you know, talk to me from wherever, however far the distance is. And if my ears are working that day, then, you know, well, like, thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the fact that they give me the feedback, right? I appreciate the feedback they give me. I appreciate the reactions. Now, granted, I understand that it's, by the time you guys hear this, it'll be the second week of October. Technically, it's not even Halloween. Here in Canada, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Some of you may not be like as Christmas crazy as I am, so you might tell me it's too early. But you know what? For me, it's never too early to celebrate the holidays, and it's never a bad thing when somebody reacts to like a face mask or something that you're wearing in such a positive way that everybody else has reacted to this sort of Christmas beard, sort of pseudo skin tone perfection thing that I wear. And if you want to see it, the thumbnail will be posted. If you see this on YouTube, I will post this all over my social media. So if you follow along at LEIGHTDICKEY, you'll see it on my website as well, LEIGHTDICKEY.com. But it's the perfect mask to deal with, say, this global situation that we're all dealing with now and that we have dealt with for several months for the majority of the year. But it's also great if you just want to laugh, if you just want to, you know, have a chuckle, smile, and forget about what's going on right now. It's the most perfect thing that I can think of. It's just this awesome sort of levity thing. Have a sense of humor about life. Have a sense of humor about this, you know, current global situation, and you'll be all right. You know, we'll make it through this. We'll get through it the best way we know how, and the best way for me is through laughter and through a good time and through smiling and just going through it second by second, minute by minute, day by day if you need to. It's absolutely perfect. Again, I will post it. I mean, it's probably like the best $10 I've ever spent ever. And, you know, I'm never going to knock it. Like I'll go shopping for groceries and everybody in the grocery store will tell me how much they love it. Or like several people will stop. Hey, I love your mask. Great. Cool. Thank you. You know, I got into a small conversation with one of the employees of a supermarket the other day I was at. She was telling me how much she loved it, and I didn't even realize this until she told me, because I wasn't even thinking that it would match my skin as perfectly as it did. But she's like, it actually matches your skin tone. I was like, yeah, now that I think about it, it actually is like skin tone perfect. And if you look at the photo, you'll probably see that too. You know, I know that when I was coming home a few days ago, my neighbor from across the street said hello to me, and I responded back with words. I, you know, said hello to him. Hey, how's it going? You know, that sort of thing. And he was across the street. He's probably about, maybe 20 feet away. So he comes down his his steps from his front porch, comes across the street. I've still got my mask on the whole time, and he's looking at me. He's squinting. He looks at me and he goes, "Yeah, it's weird. I hear words out of your mouth, but your lips aren't moving." I was like, "What can I tell you, man? It's great, right? Like it's good because it matches my skin tone perfectly." I mean, I would tell you that the dentist used too much Novocaine, or that I'm too happy and my face got stuck in that position. But obviously, like if you look at it closely, it's a face mask. It's a neck gaiter, and it's just absolutely perfect. And very quickly, I'll tell you why I prefer neck gaiters. I mean, I may have already said that earlier in this episode, but face masks, usually the ones that are commonplace these days, they cover up to your chin. I have a full beard, right? And I would feel safer and more secure if I just covered the full beard, because your standard face mask will not cover up the hair on my chin. And I don't know, I don't feel safe enough that way, so I just choose neck gaiters because they're more comfortable for me, right? They cover everything from, say, my nose all the way down to my neck. I feel safer, and with this Christmas themed, decoration beard neck gaiter thing, if I can bring levity, if I can bring humor into what's going on in the world these days, then good. I've done my job. I've done something positive, and I've made people happy. I've made them laugh. I've made them smile. I've made them react in such a positive way, and I couldn't be happier. So that's just the story of the reactions I've gotten from this Santa Claus pseudo beard with, Christmas bulb sort of neck gaiter face mask thing. Best $10 I ever spent. Of course, if you want to see the photo, check out the thumbnail. It's all over my social media. Follow along at LEIGHTDICKEY. Visit my official website, LEIGHTDICKEY.com. Remember, new episodes of the Beats and Speaks podcast go live every single Friday at midnight Eastern Time on LEIGHTDICKEY.com, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, wherever podcasts are available. We're on YouTube as well under Leigh Dickey TV, so please do subscribe there. All the links and information will be down in the description, so please do like, comment, share, subscribe, rate us, leave us a review, and we will see you next Friday for a brand new episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast. If you want to email me topics, if you have suggestions, questions, that sort of thing, at Leigh T. Dickey on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, that sort of thing, or email me at leightdickey@gmail.com. But this wraps up another episode of the Beats and Speaks podcast. Of course, I have been your host, Leigh Dickey, and we will see you all and talk to you all in the next one. Please do take care, stay healthy, stay happy, and we'll talk to you again real soon. All right, I'm been Leigh Dickey, and I'm signing off. Peace. LEIGHTDICKEY.com